Have you ever wondered why he suddenly can't stop thinking about you even after he pulled away? Why your presence lingers in his mind even when you're not around? It's not by chance. It's not a coincidence. It's a result of subtle shifts, silent choices, and unseen triggers that awaken something in him, something deep, something primal. Not every woman knows how to reach that space, but you're about to learn exactly why he craves you more when you stop trying and start becoming. He's not drawn to noise, he's drawn to presence, to that quiet strength that enters the room without needing to announce itself. You don't need to compete, you don't need to beg. What makes a man crave a woman's presence is not how loud she loves, but how powerfully she exists. And that starts with how you see yourself. The moment you stop seeking his validation and start walking in your truth, something in him shifts. He may not understand it, but he will feel it. Respect is earned in your absence, not your presence. And this is what most women never learn. He doesn't crave you when you give everything. He craves you when you hold something back. Not out of games, but out of knowing your worth. When you stop over-explaining, stop chasing, stop giving without return, you unlock a mystery that his soul cannot ignore. You become unforgettable. You become the question that haunts his silence. Think of perfume. The strongest scents are the ones that linger long after the person has left the room. That's you. You don't need to stay to be felt. You don't need to explain to be understood. The more you embrace your softness with strength, your silence with certainty, your detachment with dignity, the more he feels it. And the more he feels it, the more he wants it. You are not here to be background noise in his life. You are not here to beg for space in his world. That era is over. This is the moment where you stop dimming your light and start commanding presence. Slowly, gently, but with power. That's when he starts to miss you in rooms filled with others. That's when your absence becomes louder than words. Lovely woman, you are not invisible. You are unforgettable. And the second you remember that, he will too. Let's begin, queens. Queens, if this message touched something deep inside you, if it reminded you of your worth, your quiet power, and the magic of your presence, then show your love by liking this video and subscribing to the channel. We are working with heart and soul to create content that helps you heal, rise, and remember who you truly are. Your support means everything, and together we are building a space where no woman ever forgets that she was born to reign. Number 1, your silence hits harder than your words ever did. Have you ever noticed how quiet becomes louder when it comes from the woman he thought would always speak first? That moment when he sends a message and the reply never comes. When he scrolls through his phone expecting your name but finds only silence. That's not just absence, that's power. That's the sound of your silence hitting harder than any words you've ever spoken. And whether he admits it or not, he feels it in his bones. He used to expect your voice, your questions, your warmth. You gave your energy freely, believing it was building love, building connection. But what he didn't understand was that your presence was never ordinary. You weren't just filling space in his life, you were holding space for him. And when that space vanished, when you stopped explaining, stopped chasing, stopped waiting, that's when everything changed. Silence is sometimes the best answer to someone who doesn't value your voice. And now he hears that silence everywhere, in the empty good mornings, in the quiet nights, in the smile he gets from her that doesn't feel like yours. Your silence became the mirror he didn't want to face, the one that reflected his choices back to him, crystal clear. Think of a song played every day. At first, he loves it. But over time, he starts ignoring it. He forgets how beautiful it was. Until one day, it stops playing. And now, every room feels empty without it. That song was you. He thought you'd always be playing in the background, but the silence now screams, and no playlist can replace what he used to have. He doesn't crave your words anymore. He craves your energy. He craves the way you used to light up when you saw him, the way you reached out first, the way you made him feel chosen without needing to be asked. But now, he feels the withdrawal, the emptiness, the stillness where your presence once lived. And that stillness, that's the hidden trigger. That's what makes him realize he lost something he never fully understood. You didn't walk away with anger. You walked away with grace. You didn't shout. You didn't beg. You let silence speak, and it said everything. That, beautiful woman, is the moment he began to crave you. Because the moment you stopped trying is the moment he started missing. Now listen, lovely lady. You are not broken. You are a queen stepping into her power. You are not quiet because you are weak. You are silent because you have evolved. Let him sit in the void he created. Let him feel what you once felt. This silence is not your loss. It is his lesson. Write this in the comments and claim it. My silence says more than my words ever could. Queens, if this message stirred something inside you, if it reminded you of the quiet power within, like this video and subscribe to the channel. We are working every day to bring you lessons that don't just heal you, they rebuild you. Because you were never made to chase. You were born to reign. Number 2. The moment you stop competing, you become the prize. Have you ever noticed that the moment you stop trying to win his attention, suddenly he starts paying attention? The moment you stop chasing, he starts noticing. It's not a game, it's energy. He feels when you're trying too hard, and he feels it even more when you pull your power back. That's when something inside him shifts. That's when you stop being an option and become the prize. He doesn't crave your presence when you're constantly proving yourself, comparing yourself to her, wondering what she has that you don't. He starts craving you when you finally say, "I'm done competing." Not because you're giving up, but because you've grown, because you finally remember that what you bring to the table cannot be duplicated. You can't be copied. You can't be replaced. She stopped running the race, and suddenly he realized she was the finish line. That's how it happens, quiet, subtle, but powerful. He may have thought he had time. He may have thought you'd always be available. But the moment you chose your peace over his approval, you unlocked one of the deepest triggers that pulls a man in. Mystery mixed with grace. Think of a rose. The most admired ones aren't thrown in crowds. They're the ones kept behind glass, rare and untouchable. That's you. You weren't meant to be in competition. You weren't born to chase. You are the one he remembers in silence, the one he feels when everything else around him starts to feel shallow, the one who chose her worth instead of trying to be seen. Now, you're not standing in the arena anymore. You're no longer battling for attention, because you've realized, if love has to be earned through comparison, it's not real love. It's a performance, and queens don't audition. This is your reminder, dear woman, that you were never supposed to compete. You were meant to shine, you were meant to rise, and now you've become the kind of woman he never thought he'd lose, and now can't stop craving. So listen closely, lovely one. Write this in the comments and let the world feel it. I stopped competing. I became the prize. Say it, claim it, because it's not just a line, it's the truth you were always meant to live. We are working every day to create lessons that light your path and awaken the queen within. Number 3. Your emotional detachment becomes his deepest craving. Have you ever noticed how he starts reaching out when you finally stop caring? When the energy shifts, when the calls go unanswered, When your messages no longer arrive first, suddenly he feels it. The weight, the absence, the loss. He doesn't crave you when you're constantly available, always reassuring, always proving. He craves you when your emotions no longer revolve around him. That emotional detachment. It becomes the storm that shakes his world. The thing he never expected. The thing he can't forget. A man can ignore your words, overlook your tears, even dismiss your love, but he can't escape the silence that comes when you let go. You see, he counted on your heart always staying soft, your hands always reaching, your soul always waiting. He believed he could take you for granted forever, but what he didn't know is that a woman grows tired, a woman learns, a woman rises, and when she pulls her heart back, not out of hate, but out of self-worth, she becomes the one he can't stop thinking about. Where attention once flowed, emptiness now echoes. That is the new truth he faces. And that emptiness? It haunts him more than anything you could have said. Because your detachment isn't cold, it's clarity. You're no longer arguing to be heard. You're no longer competing to be seen. You're no longer asking him to choose you. You chose yourself. Imagine a flame that burned brightly for him. It kept him warm, gave him light, but he stood too far away, thought it would always be there. And then one day, it stopped burning for him. Now he's cold. Now he misses the warmth. But that fire has moved on. It now lights up your own path. Dear lady, this is the moment where you transform. You are no longer reaching for him. You are rising for yourself. You don't need to chase what failed to value you. Let your emotional distance speak louder than any words. Let your peace become the lesson he can't unlearn. He didn't expect to miss you like this, but now your absence is louder than your presence ever was. Write this in the comments and claim it. My distance made him crave me. Say it loud, queens. Let it be known. You are no longer trying to be chosen. You are the one who chooses. We are working hard to bring you real, raw, and life-changing lessons, because queens don't chase, queens reign. Number 4. When you hold the door open, then walk through it. He feels the draft. Have you ever noticed how cold a room feels right after someone powerful walks out of it? That sudden draft that lingers in the silence. That's not just air shifting. That's the absence of energy that once warmed everything it touched. He didn't realize it at the time, but when you held the door open and finally walked through it, he felt it. Not just physically, but emotionally, deeply, painfully. He may not have said a word, but the chill hit him hard. And for the first time, he noticed how warm your presence used to be. He thought you'd never leave. He thought your love would always be right there, soft and patient, forgiving and waiting. But what he didn't expect was your silence, your stillness, your decision to walk away, not in anger, but in strength. That's what shook him. Because the moment you stopped trying to be understood, the moment you stopped explaining and started evolving, that was the moment he lost control and began to crave what he thought he could replace. Sometimes the loudest sound is the door that closes without a word. That's what you became. The silence that echoed louder than any argument, louder than any tears. And now he stands in that empty space you once filled, feeling the chill of a woman who no longer waits to be chosen. You gave him every chance. You loved with your whole heart. You were the open door. But now he's facing the cold draft of regret, and it cuts through him like winter. Think of a fire-lit room, the one you created, warm, steady, full of peace. But he kept leaving the door open, letting the cold in, testing your patience, dimming your fire, until one day you stood up, held the door open, not for him to return, but for yourself to exit. And when you did, that warmth went with you, that peace, That comfort, it's gone, and now he can't recreate it, because you were the one holding it all together. He's looking around now, confused, wondering why it feels so empty, why she doesn't feel like you, why even her affection can't reach the part of him that still remembers you. That's the trigger he never saw coming. Your absence, your walk away, your silence. Beautiful woman, he thought you'd always be there. But now, he stands frozen in the draft of a door you closed for good. And that coldness will stay with him, because nothing he finds will ever feel like the warmth you once gave so freely. Write this in the comments and claim it. I walked away, and now he feels it. Queens, if this message reminded you of your strength, of your worth, of your quiet power, like this video and subscribe to the channel. We are working hard to create these life-changing lessons just for you, because you were never meant to be background. You were born to be the whole story. Number 5. Your glow without him burns his ego. He expected you to fade. He thought once he left, your light would dim. He believed your glow came from him, from the moments he gave, the attention he offered, the love he withheld. But now he sees something he never expected. Your glow didn't disappear. It exploded, and the more he watches, the more it burns his ego. Because the light he thought you lost without him, it shines even brighter now that he's gone. This is what he didn't understand. A woman doesn't fall apart when she's no longer chosen. She evolves. She becomes the version of herself she was always meant to be. And the moment you stopped waiting for his validation, something inside you ignited. You didn't just survive, you transformed, quietly, fiercely. And now that transformation stings every time he sees your name, your face, your energy. He expected your glow to fade, but instead, it became the fire that exposed his blindness. That's the truth. Because he's realizing now, your beauty was never about appearance. Your presence was never about proximity. What made you powerful was the way you loved, the way you stood, the way you gave, fully, deeply, purely. And what makes him crave you now is the one thing he once overlooked, your essence. Think of the moon. It doesn't stop shining just because the sun can't see it. It glows even in silence, even in distance. That's you. He walked away, thinking the story was over, but now he looks back and sees a light he can't reach, a light that no longer waits for his gaze to shine. And that, lovely woman, is what scorches his pride the most, because you're glowing, and it has nothing to do with him. You've become the kind of woman who doesn't need to explain her power. You walk into a room and he feels it. You post a picture and he pauses. You laugh again and he listens. He won't admit it, but he watches. Because your glow, your healed, happy, powerful glow, is the reminder of what he lost. And every day, it burns a little deeper. Majestic woman, you don't need him to see you. The world sees you now. You are not the same. You are no longer waiting. You are building, thriving, reigning. So write this in the comments and own it. My glow doesn't need his light. Queens, let the world know that you are done chasing shadows. You are the fire, the light, the force that cannot be replaced. We are working every day to bring you the lessons that set your soul free, because queens like you were never meant to be small. You were meant to reign. Number 6. The day you no longer react is the day he starts reflecting. There's a strange kind of silence that doesn't scream. It echoes. And the first time he doesn't get a reply from you, the first time you don't argue, don't explain, don't respond, that's the moment he begins to feel something shift inside him. He won't say it out loud, but it will hit him, because he expected you to react. He was sure you'd reach out, say something, do anything, but you didn't. And now, he's stuck with his own thoughts. That's when the reflection begins. That's when he starts to question everything. A man does not crave a woman who gives him noise. He craves the one who can shake his soul with silence. The woman who used to give him all her energy, all her love, all her attention, suddenly gives him nothing. Not because she's cruel, but because she's wise now. She's learned that not everything deserves a reaction. And when she stops reacting, he starts noticing. Sometimes the loudest thing in the room is the one who says nothing. And right now, beautiful, that's you. You've learned the art of emotional restraint. You've stopped being the mirror to his chaos, and now he has to look at himself. That reflection, it burns. Because the truth is, it's not that you no longer care, it's that you care more about yourself now. You stopped making room in your heart for someone who couldn't hold space for you. Think of a flame. When it burns wild, it consumes. But when it's controlled, it commands. You used to burn for him. You used to light up every dark space in his life. But now you've pulled your light inward. He thought you'd always react. He thought your love was automatic. He didn't realize your presence was a privilege, not a guarantee. And now, with every quiet moment, with every unanswered message, with every pause you give him, he feels it. The weight of losing something he never thought he'd have to earn. But this is not about punishing him. This is about protecting your peace. You are no longer a woman who argues to be understood. You are no longer a woman who reacts out of desperation. You are evolving, slowly, powerfully, unapologetically. You are becoming the woman who makes him reflect, not because you said a word, but because you walked away without saying one. Lovely woman, your silence is not weakness, it is your crown. And once you realize that, he will too. Write this in the comments and claim it. My silence speaks louder than ever. Let the world feel the power in your calm, queens. We are working hard to create life-changing lessons that remind every woman of her hidden power and her undeniable presence. Number 7. You became the memory that interrupts his peace. Have you ever wondered why he suddenly pauses mid-conversation, distracted by a memory he didn't expect to feel again? Why his eyes drift away when she's talking, like he's hearing a voice that isn't in the room? That voice is yours. That presence is yours. You became the memory that interrupts his peace. And it didn't happen overnight. It happened the moment you stopped showing up for him and started showing up for yourself. He didn't realize it at first. When you left, he thought the silence would pass, that the newness of her would erase the comfort of you. But peace doesn't come easy when you've lost a woman who once made chaos feel like home. Now, your name echoes in the quiet, not as noise, but as a reminder of everything real he let go of. Some absences aren't empty, they are full of presence. That's what your absence has become to him. You're not there, but you're everywhere. In the scent of a hallway, in the lyrics of a love song, in the way he reaches for his phone at midnight and forgets. You're not his anymore. He let go of you, thinking you'd stay. But now you live rent-free in his mind, not because you begged to stay, but because you had the courage to walk away. Think of it like this: a favorite book he never finished reading. He set it down, thinking he'd come back later. But now, no other story makes sense. No other ending feels right. He rereads new chapters with her, but his mind drifts back to you, wondering what he missed, what he ruined, what he'll never be able to fix. You did not become unforgettable by accident. You became unforgettable by becoming whole, not because of what you gave him, but because of what you stopped giving. You are not the storm that ruined him. You are the calm he can't recreate. He will try to replace you with noise, with distractions, with new hands to hold, but nothing silences the memory of a woman who loved him with depth, then vanished like smoke. And here's the truth, beautiful lady. He is not haunted by your voice. He is haunted by your peace, the peace you now have without him. And the more you grow, the more you shine, the more he aches. Because you didn't leave him with anger, you left him with silence. And silence is louder than heartbreak. Write this in the comments and claim it. I became the memory he can't silence. Say it, queens. Let it echo. And if this message touched something deep inside you, like this video and subscribe to the channel. We are working hard to bring you life-changing lessons that awaken the queen within. This is not the end. This is the moment you stop waiting and start reigning.